Hello and welcome back. So we have now designed some awesome YouTube thumbnails. So now we are going to design some YouTube banners. Okay, so let's get straight into it. So first of all you want to do is go to canva.com and then at the top go to create a design. And then as you can see, the top ones here are the most popular ones that I use. But if the YouTube channel art isn't there for you, just click more and then wait for it to load and then scroll down to social media. Let's see which one it is going to be at. Let's see, it's going to be at social media and email headers, and then look for YouTube channel art, this one just here. So click that and let it load. Okay, so here we go. This is our YouTube channel art blank canvas. All we want to do now is design the channel art for our YouTube channel. So that is fantastic. So it all starts on what your channel is all about, of course. So my channel is about tutorials, gaming, all sorts of different things, so it's quite difficult for me to pick one, to be honest. So what I'm going to do is just have a look through all of them and see which one I like most, and then I can change it to my own customizations and to my own perfections to see what I would like and what I don't like about it, and just make it perfect for me basically. And you want to do the same for you. So what I make now won't be perfect for your channel art, but it will be perfect for me, as I obviously know what my channel is about. What you make will be perfect for your channel, as you know what your channel is about. So you want to pick one of these which is best representing your YouTube channel, okay? So just keep scrolling down all of the layouts and just pick the one you like the most. And just keep in mind, these ones that have a dollar sign next to them will cost you $1, and you'll get a license to use them wherever you want. So that is fantastic. So don't worry, it's just $1 for an awesome design. That is no problem at all. But if you don't want to spend any money, just look for the ones which are free, of course. So yeah, that's fantastic. So let's just keep looking now and seeing which one we can choose. So let's have a look around like so. Okay, so there's many different options, which is fantastic. But I think for this YouTube channel art, we are going to go for, let's see. The annoying thing is the fact that there's so many different options, it makes it difficult, of course, to pick your own. And it's funny because all the gaming ones say gaming with Anthony, and that's what my name is, so that's quite funny. Okay, so let's just see. That's food. So if you're a cooking channel, you could choose this one here, I guess. If you are a jazz channel, when you do music, you can pick this one here, and so on and so forth. If you play the piano, you can pick one of these ones. So there's something for everyone. It's fantastic. Okay, so let's see what we can pick. Let's just keep scrolling down to something that looks good. Okay, so that one looks quite cool. Let's have a look at this. Okay, that's quite cool. And just bear in mind, with a YouTube channel or YouTube banner, whatever you want to call it, it will only see the middle section. So about that much of it will be seen on the computer, and you'll see even less if you are viewing on a mobile phone or a tablet, for example on iPad. So you'll see, say for example, from his elbow there all the way to where it says rock and pop music, and it'll just be a square that small. So the amount you'll see of the channel art will get smaller and smaller depending on how big or small the device is, okay? And finally, if you're watching or looking at the channel from a television, you'll see the entire design. So that is why it is this size. It is so that it can work for a TV, a computer, a laptop, a mobile phone, anything. But you just have to make sure you are designing in the correct guidelines, okay? And that is why if you type in Google Images YouTube channel art template, you will see all of these different templates that have been made, which show how much you'll be visible on desktop, mobile, tablet, desktop, and of course TVs. Okay, so that just shows you how much is visible on each of the different devices. Okay, so that is very helpful. If you just have a look at some of these, it shows you the exact sizes that are visible. But I don't really use these because I've made so many. I don't really need to look at this. Okay, so we're just going to go now back to Canva and create our design. But if you need to, you can download one of these to help you with your design process, to make sure that you of course design with the right guidelines. So this one here I would say is the best one. So it shows which is best for mobile and computer and tablet, and of course a max size or large monitor on your desktop computer, and then of course TV, which will show everything. So that's fantastic. So yeah, let's close this and go back to Canva. Okay, so here we are back at Canva. So you have now chosen the template which you want to run with, the layout template, whatever you want to call it, and you now want to begin the design process. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is remove or rename the text which is already here, or of course rename the title of your file. Okay, so we're just going to name this YouTube channel art like so, and then hit enter. So then when you design it, it'll be YouTube channel art.jpg or .png, whatever you download it as. So that's fantastic. And now you need to change the text, change all of the text, change the images, change the background, whatever you want to change, okay? So if I go down here to background, you can see that I can change the style of the background. That won't change this image, it will change the border as the image is in front of the border. Okay, hopefully you understand what I'm trying to say there. So that is very nice and easy. Just click Ctrl Z if you have moved something, you can move it back to where it was. And then to change the background, all you need to do is click on one of these background designs. So that is fantastic. But if you just want a white background, just click on white just here and it will continue and stay as a white background. So that's fantastic. And then of course, if you change the colors, you can just pick like this, any color that you want to use. So if you want it to be a bright and bold YouTube channel, you can do something like this and then go to your text and click copy and then put it like so. And then change the color of the front one or back one, whatever you want to change the color of. And then it will make it look like it's got a shadow effect like this. And the background color is a different color and it pops. Okay. So that's fantastic. And then if you want to change the color down here of the smaller text, you can go like this. And as you can see, I've actually changed the wrong one. So it looks a bit silly like this, the smaller text. So you might not want the smaller text to be duplicated. So if that's the case, just remove the top layer of it and then put back the text up here so that it's duplicated still. And there you go. So you've got Jonathan Perkins rock and pop music. Okay. So of course I am not Jonathan Perkins, so I don't want Jonathan Perkins image on there, so let's remove that and put a nice new image on here. We can put any image we want, and you can also download images from some image stock websites online if you want to, so that is awesome as well. And of course you can do any style of text that you want. You can create your own style like I just have. You can change the font and do the same thing, and of course you can change the image filters like so. So we can change it to a different filter or create our own filter by just changing the blur and things like that. So if we blur out the background and focus on the text just here, so if I remove that text there. One more thing to note is of course what I have just said, you will only see the center, okay? So that's very important to take note of. So as you can see right now, you will only see that text on a television, okay? A TV screen. So you want to move it to the center like this. And then of course, I'm just going to change this text to, let's just put it as BLACKBRICK training or BLACKBRICK, as I don't have any ideas of what else I could change it to. So let's just do that. It's nice and simple. I'm going to copy that on there and then paste it into this one like so. There we go. And just make it so they're the same size and center this one here like so. That's centered. And then we're going to center this one just here. Fantastic. Well, we don't have to center it, of course. We want to put it wherever it looks best. So that looks very, very nice. So that is awesome. And then many YouTubers do this thing where they have this, so they have YouTube and then their URL for their YouTube channel, so /BLACKBRICK if it's us or anything like that. So what we're going to do is look for the Snapchat logo right now like so, and just add in this logo just here, make it very much smaller than that as that is way too big just there. Pop that in just here, let's have it above actually, and then have the text copied, and all we need to do now is go to duplicate this like so, copy. There we go. So we've got another one here and make this into a more of a blank text. Okay, so this one here, for example, and then we want it to be a lot smaller. So 18, something like that. And then we want it to be a smaller box around it. So let's just make that smaller by using these just here. There we go. And on Snapchat, we are at BLACKBRICK. So let me just add the at there so you know what it means. And I'm going to actually put this as the blue color, which we have just here. Okay, so let me just do that now for you. Is it this blue color? Yes, it is. Fantastic. So let's just pop that in there like so. And then we're going to do Twitter. Twitter, enter. And you just want to do the same with every single social media icon which your company has. Okay, so let's just do this with Twitter real quick. Fantastic. Pop that in next to it. And then just copy this. I'm just going to do Control D when I have the layer selected, and then you can just duplicate it. And then that on Twitter, we are BLACKBRICK Learn. And I think we're actually BLACKBRICK Learn on Snapchat as well, so let's change that. Learn, that's Learn. And then let's just put that in there. Let's just copy this again, paste this over here so they both have at BLACKBRICK Learn. Fantastic. And now we need to move all of this along. There we go. So this is one thing that many people do. They make it so that you have all of your other social medias on there as well, as it looks really, really awesome. Okay. So if you don't like the yellow, you can change it to something else, but I do quite like it. So I'm just going to keep it as yellow as it looks. It pops. Okay. I like it. I like it a lot. So that isn't, of course, our logo. So people might get confused when they see it and they might think it's a fake channel and it's not actually us. But It is us, so don't worry. We're not actually going to put this on our channel forever. We're just going to put it on our channel for this one video so that we can show you what it looks like. Okay, so we've got @BlackBrickLearn for both of these, and then we'll finally add one more, and that can be Facebook. Okay, we could add Instagram as well. Let's just see. Okay, so Facebook, let's just add this one here. Let me see, has it got rounded edges like the others? Yep, fantastic. So for Facebook, all we are going to do is the slash. Instead of @ we're going to do slash, as it's www.facebook.com/ and then our page name. Okay, put that in there. I'm just going to really quick move these icons on here. Okay, so I'm just going to get this background out of the way and just select these icons just here and move them all to the left. Alright, okay, so we've got a few different lines lining up here. Let's just put it there. Okay, awesome. So let's line this image back up now. Fantastic. And now we're going to add Facebook. So for that, I'm just going to duplicate this like so. Control D when you have it selected. Put it here and then have it so that it is slash instead of @ because it's facebook.com/ and then our Facebook page name. Okay, so here we go. I have copied it. It is facebook.com/ BlackBrick training. Fantastic. So now if I just make it so that it's the capital B for BlackBrick and the capital T for training, as it just looks better in my opinion. If you don't like it, you don't have to do that for yours, but I am going to do that for ours because I do like it. Okay, so there we go. We have @BlackBrickLearn, @BlackBrickLearn, and / BlackBrick training. So of course you can change the color of this to anything you want. So we have a darker blue there. You could add a red color, a gray, a green, anything you want. But we're just going to keep it as the yellow as it matches with the Snapchat logo, and I like the yellow in the background, and it just goes well together. It complements each other. I'm not too sure about the colour of this text here. Let me just see what it looks like as white. Let's have a look. Oh, center that again. And it's very good to note that these purple lines, if there's one across the middle and one across the top in the center, it means that your image is centered. Your image or your file. So for example this, let's just put that back there. As you can see, that shows that it is centered. So that's fantastic. Okay, so there we go. This is our design. We're now going to change this back to blue as this just doesn't seem right in white, I don't think. So let's just change it back right now. And one more thing, if any of your text doesn't look too visible, you can of course change the font, change the color, change the transparency. As you can see just here, the transparency, you can put it up or down and things like that. So that is fantastic to note. And if you want to put it all in caps, just click this little button here, like so. But I don't like that in this font, so we're going to leave that as it is. So now is the time where you want to click download, and then download as JPEG, and then click download. So there we go. You will now see hold tight preparing your design and a little quote below that, so it's quite nice to look at and read while you're waiting for your design to download. Okay, so fantastic. It has now downloaded, so let's click it now and have a look at it. So it looks awesome. I love it. It looks fantastic. I absolutely love it. Now, the one thing I might not like is the fact that this blue text looks a little bit, I'm not sure about it, a little bit dodgy, but I'm not too sure. So now we're going to go to our YouTube channel and put it on there to see how it fits. Okay, so let's hop over to our YouTube channel now. Okay, so this is our YouTube channel. All you need to do is click this little pencil icon just here and click Edit Channel Art. Okay, so click that now. And then either drag a photo in or select it from your computer. I actually have my downloads folder just here. So what I'm going to do is just drag it in like so into there. Fantastic. So now let's let this upload. Here we go. And it shows exactly what it will look like on desktop, TV and mobile. So you can adjust it by clicking this button just here and auto enhance it by clicking this button in here. But we're just going to click adjust real quick to see how it looks. And then from there just click devices preview. And as you can see from what we've designed, it fits in on desktop and TV, but it doesn't quite all fit in on mobile. Okay. So that is something to note. So if it doesn't fit in mobile, people that view your YouTube channel on mobile might not see it as well as people that view it on TV or on desktop, okay? So now we're just going to click select and let it load in like so. And here we go. So this is our design. Now, one thing you have noticed is that there's white borders on the left and the right. Now that is because what we used, the template we used, had white borders around the entire design. To fix that, let's go back to the design and resize and move everything so that it'll fit even better, okay? So this is what I do every time I make a design. I just go back to YouTube, upload it, see if it fits, go back to Canva, make a few tweaks and things like that to make sure it looks perfect, okay? So let's go back to Canva right now. Okay, so here we are on Canva. All we need to do is just enlarge this image just here, like so that it covers your entire background. Fantastic, okay? So now you won't have those white bars, and then we're just going to select this just here and move it down a tad, and then select all three of these, like so, and then move them down as well. Now if you remember, on the mobile, the left of this didn't fit in and the right of this didn't fit in, okay? So all we need to do is shorten it so it all fits in. So what we're going to do for this, just make it simple. We're not going to make the text smaller. We're just going to have BLACKBRICK Learn and our Snapchat below the rest of it, okay, like so. Center that in just here. And then these two will be at the top, like so. So make sure you've just got this selected. There we go. And then make sure you've just got this selected. There we go. So have them just there. And this just here, like so. And you can also make changes. So say for example you end up thinking that you don't want the Facebook one here. All you need to do is just select it like this and hit delete. So I'm just going to actually delete that from here right now, just to make this design nice and simple for you guys to follow along with, so that there are no issues or anything like that. So now there will be no issues. This will all fit on a mobile device, this will fit on a computer, this will fit on a TV, a laptop, a tablet, absolutely everything. Okay, so hit download once again and go to JPEG and hit download. Fantastic. So now your file is downloading once again, and now we'll go back to YouTube once it says downloaded and upload it, and you'll see the changes that we have made. Okay, fantastic. So let's let this finish downloading real quick. Awesome, so it's downloaded now, so just click that and you can see that there it is. Okay, so close that now and I'll bring YouTube back and we can now upload it to YouTube. Okay, so here's YouTube again. All we need to do is click this little edit button and go to edit channel out again, and then drag in our design we have just made. So this one just here with a 1 next to it because it's the most recent one. There we go, drag that in like so. Let it upload right now. Click select as we know that it's going to fit. I'm actually going to auto enhance it real quick and then let that load. Fantastic, there we go, and then hit select and just watch the YouTube channel art at the top here and you'll see the improvements we've made. There we go. So it goes all the way from left to right. You can see that all of the different icons fit in, and we know that it will also work on mobile, laptops, tablets, televisions, everything, okay? Even on your computer. So absolutely everywhere this will look awesome. Okay, so that is our design we have made. It's fantastic, it's awesome, it's easy, and it's quick, and it's, well, anyone can do it, and it's free, so it's fantastic. I hope you enjoyed this video, I hope you learned a lot, and I hope you had a great time. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye. Welcome back. We will now be doing our second YouTube channel art design for this course, okay? Although this design is going to be a lot more in-depth and unique compared to this one here, because this one was quite a simple one to design, but this next one is going to be a lot more complicated, a lot more high quality of a design, okay? None of this in this video I have pre-planned. It's all being done from scratch, straight from my creative mind. Well, it could be creative, I'm not too sure, but straight from my mind and straight onto our blank canvas. All we want to do is click add a new page. So we might be using layout, I'm not too sure, but what I'll be doing is making it a lot more customized. Okay, so you'll be learning some very cool things in this video, so stick around. So first of all, we're going to have a look at elements. So there's many different elements. We have photos, grids, frames, shapes, lines, illustrations, so much, okay? Too much to even think about. All of these ones with a little crown next to them are because I have the pro version, so just remember that. It will be 30 days free for you, and then it'll be $12.95 a month. Okay, so that's fantastic. It's not too expensive, it's not cheap, but it's also not too bad, so it's okay really, I'd say. Okay, so here we have shapes. Let's have a look at these shapes. Okay, so we have some squares, some circles, triangles, ovals. Okay, so many different shapes here, stars. So there's many. Scroll down and more will load in, so that's fantastic. So what we're going to do is just click on the very first one, which is the square, and I'm going to show you a few different things that you can do with it. Okay, so to begin with, we're going to start with a black and white background. So let's just put this in the back just here, just so you can see half of each of the circles which guide the shape, just about there. It's not exact, but it is kind of, so you can just see the shape, it's in the corner. So then click it and click Control D like so, and what you can do then is just put this one as a white square. For this example I'm showing you, you can just use your own creativity. It's different for everyone. Everyone's more or less creative than everyone else, and yeah, so hopefully you know what I'm trying to say. So what I'm actually going to do is, instead of just doing half of it, I'm just going to make it as half the size that it was, and then just putting it here like that, and I'll make it a bit smaller like so, and then I'll center this one in here. So there we go. Now you just have a random black square with a white hole in the middle of it type thing. So that's quite cool. And then if you add some more squares in the other side, let's make these slightly different, okay? So what we're going to do now is just flatten them. So make sure that you are holding shift rather than not holding shift. It makes it a lot higher quality and a lot more precise when you are making it smaller, okay? So that's fantastic little tip for you there. So let's take that one there, Control D, duplicate it, and then hold shift again and rotate, and it'll put it in the perfect rotation. There we go. And let's just center this one here, and then you can really just use your own creativity. It's really up to your own creativity. So let's duplicate it again and just turn this to about here. This is just something I've thought of just off the spot. Okay, so there we go. Put that in half, and now you can see that it needs to be up and that way a tad more. Okay, so for this, what I'm going to do is just hold shift and just stretch it out that way, like so. There we go. And there we go. So there you go. As you can see, it looks quite cool. It's just got a random line through the middle of it. You can then duplicate that again and hold shift, move it around like that, and then move it up this way a little. There you go. And now it's just the white stripes you can see with some triangle type shapes. It's quite random, okay? This is all up to you. Obviously what I'm doing you don't have to do, and what you're doing I don't have to do. It's all up to your own creativity. Of course, everyone has their own creativity, everyone has their own minds, everyone thinks of different things. So as you can see, this is a little tiny bit out of shape, so all we need to do to make it different is make it aligned and then hold shift and make it a little bit bigger sideways. Okay, so then it's like that, and then let's just move it this way tad. There you go. So that is quite cool. It's just really up to what you want to do. Okay, let's just grab this, and as you can see, we can then click delete, and now let's add ourselves a circle. So let's take this circle, make it a bit smaller, put it in the very middle of the image, and now we're going to add another circle exactly the same, make it a bit smaller, put it in the center, and then change the color to white. Of course, we can use any colors we want, but we're just using white right now. And then what you want to do next is really up to yourself. So teaching someone creativity is impossible. So what you need to do is just teach yourself, find your inner creativeness. Okay, it sounds difficult, but don't worry. After some time of just playing around on here, you'll think of something. So look, I think this looks quite cool. You might hate it, okay? It's different for everyone. I think it looks cool. Let's grab it and just resize it like so. So you can put it bigger or smaller like that, and everything resizes together, and that is fantastic. Okay, so then you can just put anything wherever you want it. So there we go. Now we've got like a nice moon shape. So if I then change the background color like so, there we go. You can just see a nice moon there. You can no longer see those circles. So there you go. It's crazy, really. It just looks really cool. The different things that you can do with this just look amazing, really. So there's that we have over there. So let's just grab this one and make it white, and now you can actually see it, and then put this in here, and there you go. So now what you can do is then duplicate this one and bring it down here, make sure it is arranged and forwards, and there you go, put it like that. A load of coins on top of each other, or two moons next to each other. It's just whatever you see is your own imagination, okay? It's impossible to teach someone their imagination and their creativity. So whatever you can see in your mind, you can design on your blank canvas, okay? So it's fantastic. So here we go. This is our little design we've got so far. What I'm going to do is duplicate some of these. So Control D, and then I'll put this down here, and then I'll Control D again, and put it in this corner like so. And once more, and put it in this corner just here. So this is then a few different things that I've made in this video. And basically, I just want you to play around with elements and shapes and lines. Don't forget lines. And all these different things as well, because you're going to come out with something absolutely awesome, okay? So then if we just put this here, and then I'll move this to here, and then just duplicate that. So what I'm doing here is just straight from my mind. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have a clue what I'm doing. I'm just thinking of it and then just moving things around. Honestly, there's no skill involved in this. It's all up to your personal creativity. So let's just then turn this around and plop this in here. There you go. And then duplicate that. Oh, I didn't actually duplicate it. Control D, sorry. There we go. And then move this to here and hopefully line it up with the other one. There we go. And look, we've made an awesome border now. So we see this just here. What we could do is have it as a letter. So if you have your own creative mind, you'll see it looks a little bit like, wait a second, if I Control D and duplicate it, it now looks a little bit like an M, just a little bit. So this is just something I thought it could look quite cool. So yeah, that's just what I can see from it. I think it looks a little bit like an M. So what I'm doing is moving the white circles to the left slightly, making sure they are still aligned like that. And then if we move it to the side now, there you go. So now we just need to grab this black one here, move it to the right, and there you go. So now it kind of looks like an M. Can you see that? Hopefully you can see that. And you can just, without even using text, you can create something amazing. So obviously it's all up to your own unique styles, which you can see. I see different to what you guys see, and you guys see different to what I see. So you guys could think this is absolutely awful, but I think it looks quite cool. Now, this obviously isn't a YouTube channel banner right now. What you have to do is actually add something to it. So for this, let's just say, let's delete these circles over here, and let's go to shapes, and then let's add in ourselves another square. And from here, we're going to let our creativity free. Just let it free. So we can have this as black or white. Let's have a look at black. Do I like that? Let's see. Click off of it. I think that actually looks better as white. Okay. Now you might think it looks better as black. You see what I'm saying? Everyone sees things differently. What would you want to do next? I don't know. But what I think is cool is to change things up a bit. So let's add in some other shapes or make this slightly different. So let's take this square, turn it round, make sure it's centered. Let me just delete these for a second. Make sure it's centered. Grab this and just duplicate it and put it here. And make it black. Oh, not blue, black. Duplicate it, make it white. There you go. Okay, so I'm just going to make myself a little pattern just here, and I will come back when I have finished. Okay, so all I'm doing is duplicating, changing the color, duplicating, changing the color, moving it down. Okay, so it's as simple as that. And there you go. So I'm just going to do one more in black, like so. And as you can see, that looks absolutely fantastic. So I'm now going to grab all of this and just plop it on here, like so. Okay, and of course that last one there. There we go. How cool does that look? Okay, so some of them I haven't done perfectly. You can see there's a bigger gap there than there is down here, but that doesn't matter. I can obviously redo that and put it better in just a minute, but that does not matter at all. So as you can see, I can just change that, make it so there's a bigger gap or a smaller gap, but there's nothing to worry about really. It's not really too important that it looks amazing because it's easily edited just like so. So there we go. That's all you have to do. And if I just duplicate this one, what you could do is put a square the other way around, slightly smaller, inside each of these. So you see this? So it could look like that. So there's many, many different things you can do. So what I'm going to do now is just add some text. Let's just add a heading. Let's just type BLACKBRICK training. Actually, no, I'm just going to type BLACKBRICK, not training. And then I'm going to have a look at a few different styles we have here. This one doesn't really suit this design we've made here. Let's have a look for a more blocky font. So this one here, possibly. Yeah, that looks like it could work, but it's a bit too wonky, I'd say, really. So it's very important that, of course, you pick a perfect font for what you're designing. So now let's just take this and just center this. So that is now centered. And we're going to make this font quite a bit bigger. Let's say 72. And now, just put this into the middle of the file. Fantastic. Okay, so it's in the middle of the file, but the font is a little bit too big at 72. So let's put it back to 64. Center it. And there you go. Okay, so we have the squares just here, which overlay each other, make them look like arrows. Fantastic. We have the squares, which are rotated, which look like diamonds, I suppose, in here. So that looks awesome as well. You can make it bigger or smaller like that. And I'm just going to click Ctrl Z and undo that. We have the one just here, which looks a bit like a diamond, and it's a bit bigger than that one. So that looks quite cool. And then we have these over here. We have the border, which we actually made on our own, which is fantastic, and so on and so forth. So there's so many different things that you can do with Canva. It's unlimited. This is just shapes. All we've got on this video is shapes. There's so many different things. So now I'm going to take some triangles and just go like this, like so, and have each of these triangles just going into the top of this, like here. So let's take this one, duplicate this, move it to here, make it black, and so on. But first of all, I'm just going to go to the edge. There you go. So let's change this one here to be black, duplicate, move across, and put this one as white. So this one is white, this one needs to be black, white, black, and then the last one's white. So that looks fantastic. That looks quite cool as well. Now you could do that same thing and just move it up slightly, like so. There we go. There you go. And that will look like that. Or you could have one facing up and then one facing down, like this. There you go. One facing up, one facing down, one facing up, one facing down. And I'm actually just going to delete this last one as it doesn't really fit in. And there you go. So there's another design type. There's so many different types of designs you can do in this. It's so cool. It's absolutely amazing. So what I'm going to do now is just delete this and duplicate this so that this side is the same on both sides, like that. That looks better. And then we're going to delete a few of these, like this. There you go. And I'll just move this up a tiny bit, just to about there. And then I'll just duplicate this one more time and put it here. Duplicate this one and put it just here. Fantastic. So let's just center this again. There you go. Let's see. We've done the border. So that's one style. We've done the squares over the squares over here. So that's another. We've done the text. So that's another. We've done the triangles up here. So that's another. We've done the squares over here that look like arrows. So that's another. So we've done so many different things. It looks awesome. Of course, you don't want to do it all in one design. You want to stick to one design style and one design. So just this around the outside, or just this in the corners, or just this around all of the edges of the border. But I've done all of these just so you know what you can do, as this is just the beginning of infinity different designs you can create. Okay, so that's fantastic. I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me just change this font real quick because I hate this one. So let's just have a look for one more, And of course, if you do have the pro version, you can click upload your own fonts, so you can find one online which isn't already on Canva, because that is absolutely great. So let's just click onto this font here. There you go, that could work. There's not many fonts which I like on here, to be honest. Let's see, this one. Yeah, let's just leave it as that because I'm trying to end the video now anyway. So hopefully you enjoyed this video and hopefully you learned a lot, and I will see you in the next one to teach you even more. So yeah, that's that. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye. Okay, so hello and welcome back. In this video, this will be our first project in the entire course, and we'll be designing a YouTube thumbnail. So let's get straight into it. So of course, if you've created one before, you can just click on it on your previous designs down here, which are saved. But if you haven't, all you need to do is go to the top bar at the top here. And as you can see, YouTube thumbnail is currently the top, but if it's not, just click more and then scroll down until you see YouTube thumbnail. So at the top here you have recommended, because these are the ones which I mostly use. But if you scroll down just here to social media and email headers, you will see the second one just here is YouTube thumbnail. So we're just going to click that and let it load. Here is the screen that you will find when you create your first ever thumbnail or design. So as you can see on the left here, you automatically have all of the Canva layouts. So there's tons of different layouts here which you can pick, or you can of course design your own layout from scratch by using elements, text, background, and uploading your own images, of course. But we're not going to be doing that in this video. We're going to be using a layout which is just here, okay? So we're going to look for a layout. Let's just pick one now. So as you can see, there's many different layouts for you to choose, but all you need to do is pick one which is perfect for, in this particular video, which is the YouTube thumbnail we'll be designing. So we need to find one which will be perfect for a YouTube thumbnail, okay? So of course all of these are perfect for YouTube thumbnails, but we need to think of the one which will be perfect for the thumbnail you are making for your particular video, okay? So what you want to do to begin with is just scroll through them, see what ticks your mind, see what makes you think, oh, that's nice, and see which one you think is best for your creativity and design styles in your head, okay? Because everyone has a different mind, everyone has a different thought process of what they want to do in their design, of course, and yeah, it's different for everyone. So the top ones on here are always free, but if you scroll down, these ones are normally for the pro version only, and of course there's a few paid ones as well. So as you can see, that crown means I have the pro version of Canva, which costs $12.95 a month, but it only costs $1 for these ones which have a dollar sign next to them. So as you can see, this one has a dollar sign, that'll be $1, this one that'll be $1, and you will also receive a license to use it wherever you want for any project at all. And yeah, so that's awesome. So you'll receive a license if you pay, and you will also receive a license if you don't pay, because even the free ones have licenses to prove you created it and to prove it is your design to sell to either a client or to use for your own purposes, okay? So that is fantastic. So let's just pick one of these now. I'm going to scroll to the bottom like so. I'm just going to click on this one just here, making the perfect cup of coffee. So as you can see, with this particular one, all you will need to do is change the text like so. Select all of the text, or you can just drag it like this, and you can move it around if you want to by clicking on the box and dragging it around. So you can select the text to change the text, and then of course go through all of the different colors, font styles, font sizes, and you can change it from bold, italic. You can align it to the center, left or right, so that is awesome. And then you can put it in capitals or non-capitals, and you can put it in a list. As you can see like this, it puts bullet points, so it's in a list. And you can also change the letter spacing, line height, and where it is anchored to, so the center, the top or the bottom, okay? So that is fantastic and awesome. So if you change the line height right now, you'll see that the height of these lines changes, so that's awesome. And if you change the letter spacing, the spacing of the letters also grows. So that is very, very cool. So let's just put that back to, let's just say 30 or 20, there we go, cool. And that is that. I'm pretty sure that was actually 30, so let me just put that back right now. I'm pretty sure it was 20, sorry. So yep, that's now back to 20. So that is fantastic. And then if you want to copy the layer, just click copy at the top right, like so. And there you go. We now have two of these text boxes that say making the perfect cup of coffee. And you can arrange it to the back or the front. So if you see, if I put it to the back, the other one's now in front. If I put it to the front, that one's now at the back. So yeah, that makes sense, hopefully. And then you can change the transparency. So there you go. You can see it more or less. And then you can turn it into a link. But of course, this will only work if you download it as a PDF, because you can't click a link on an image, a JPEG, anything like that. So of course, if you save it as a PDF, you can add a link on the actual text. So if I go www.google.com like so, and then hit apply, this will now be a link on here. So if you click on this text, it will take you to google.com, but that is only if you hit download and then use one of these PDF formats just here, for example PDF standard. Okay, so that is a very important factor, but you're not going to be linking many things in a design anyway, of course, ever. So yeah, don't worry about that. And then to delete it, all you need to do is hit this little trash icon just here and click delete. So there we go, now we just have the original one just here. So that's fantastic. So that is the basics of the design process that you can use in Canva, of course. And then if you want to go to elements just here and change the background image, all you need to do is click free photos like so and let it load and pick one of these free photos. So for example this one, and drag it on like this. Or you can search for an image. Say for example if I type in MacBook, it will come up with a load of different MacBooks like so. So let's drag these on. As you can see, the image on the background here isn't the same as what I actually chose, and that is because it has filter on it. So just here it has a filter selected. So if I click back onto normal, it will go back to how the image is originally, but you can also change the filters like this, or you can hit this little advanced options button just here and change all of these and create your own filter like so. So brightness, contrast, saturation, tint, blur, and yeah, so that is that. Very cool. So you can change that exactly how you want to change that and make it personalized. So it's not just the default image you see, it has lots of different styles added to it as well. So that is fantastic, absolutely awesome. And then of course change the text, just select it like so. There we go. And then make sure I remove it all, and then just type whatever you need to type. So BLACKBRICK training. There you go. So as you can see, that is our company, BLACKBRICK Training. So there you go, that is the basics of changing the text, and that is nice and easy for you. And yeah, so that is pretty much everything. So of course you can then change the layout if you want to. So click back onto layouts and then click onto a random one. So for example this one, you can see that it's now a completely different layout, and add a new page and add a new layout on that page like this. And there you go, so you have a layout here, and then you can download them separately. If you go to download and pick one of the numbers, so 1 will just download this one here, and 2 will just download the one below. If you hit all pages, it will zip them into a little zip file for you, and then you have to unzip them, and you have both files there. So that is fantastic. So yeah, that is that. That is the basics of your first YouTube thumbnail design, or your first design in Canva altogether. So what we're going to do now is actually create our first design. All we've done so far is just have a look at a few different things, but what we're going to do now is actually start a design, okay? So that is fantastic. Let's do this. So let's pick a layout first of all. So let's just go to, say for example, let's have a look. Let's just go to this one, or this one, or this one. So it's so awesome that there's so many, because you can just pick anyone you want. So let's just go to this one here, travel photography, like so. And then all you need to do is change the background image by going to elements and then picking the image you want to pick, or by searching for the image you want, like so. And you can make it so it's just illustrations that comes up, or just photos, or everything. So that is awesome. And then of course, once again, just drag this image in and you have the new image on there like so. So I'm going to drag in this image just here. And then how to type faster to become more productive. There we go. So that could be a funny little video where you're teaching people how to type faster, learn a keyboard, not have to look at the keyboard when you're typing. And yeah, so say for example, you can't type very well on a keyboard, and this video will teach you how to type faster. So this image here might even suit it better, where it's just the keys on the keyboard. And yeah, so that's fantastic. So you can of course change the color of the text and anything you want to, change the filter of the background image, so blur it out a bit if you just go to advanced options and then blur like so, and then the background image is blurred, so that's quite nice. And you can just do anything you want to, okay? So that is super awesome. I don't even like this font, so I'll just change this real quick for you so that I'm just showing you how to change the font. So let's go to this one, there we go, and then change the spacing, the letter spacing like this, and then it's all in the right spaces like that, and that looks even better. So you see what I mean? It's super easy to use Canva. It's super amazing to use it to design thumbnails or anything really. You can design anything you want, And this is just the first video in the course, so you're going to be learning a lot more in the future of this course. So don't go anywhere, stick around and learn so much more with me, as we'll be designing so much in this course and you are going to have a fantastic time. Okay, so I hope you enjoy it, I hope you have a great time, and I also hope you enjoyed this video, as this is just the first of many amazing videos. So yeah, once again, I hope you enjoyed it, I hope you had a great time, and one last tip, which only the people who stayed till the very end will know, is how to change the name of the file. Okay, so as you can see, if I scroll to the top and just delete this one here, there we go, that's deleted now. All you need to do to change the name of the file is click just here, and then just type now what you want to name it. So I'll just name it type type faster, and then if you download it as a JPG, the file will just be called typefaster.jpg. okay, that's fantastic. So the reason I called it that is because it's how to type faster, la di da di da. So this is what we've designed, and you now know also how to rename the name of the file, so that's fantastic. So yeah, that's that. I hope you enjoyed this video, I hope you had a great time, and I hope you learned a lot. I will see you in the next one. Once again, thanks for watching, and goodbye. Hello and welcome back. So now we will be designing our second thumbnail project, okay? And this one is going to be a lot more creative and a lot more difficult, but don't worry, I'll talk you through it and you'll do fine. So first of all, let's just click on the design that we made for our first thumbnail, this one just here called Type Faster. So let's click that and let it load up, and then we're going to click add a new page. So this will be our second design just here. So we've got our first one here and our second here. So first of all, we're just going to choose a nice layout. So just scroll through all of them and pick the one which you like the best. I am going to pick one which I think will be good for me, and I think I'm going to do it for a how-to video. So it's going to be a video that I've already made, and it's just going to be, for example, how to la-di-da-di-da, so how to do something, okay? So what we're going to do is pick this one just here, because that looks very nice, and I like it a lot. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is just sort out the background image. So what you could do is change it so that it's a color, or a little style like this, so it could be like this. First of all, we need to delete the image, sorry about that. There we go, just delete that. So you could just have it so it's a style like that. So click on any of these and it's just all done for you like this. So you can just click it and it's done. And that looks very nice, I like that a lot. This background style goes very well with this text style, and I like it a lot. But don't worry, we're not going to be doing that. We'll be doing a lot more work than just changing the background colors and leaving everything else as it is. So yeah, let's first of all just look for an image which will be perfect, okay? So what we need to do to add a new background image, if you have deleted the old one, is first of all go to Elements, and then go to Grids, and then pick the one which covers the entire frame, okay? So this one, as you can see, has a border, and if you don't want this border around the outside, all you need to do is resize it to the correct size for this full image that we are doing here. So there you go, that will now cover everything. So if you now go to Images and then type in anything you want, so I'm just going to type in MacBook because I'll get a picture of a MacBook, slide that in, and there you go, it covers the entire background. Okay, so it was just like this, and it was just covering a small amount, and it had a border, as you can see, like that. And that is what it looked like before with this border, and I do like that border, to be honest. And if you want the border to be a different color, once again just change the background color, and the border will be the color of the background. Okay, so hopefully that's nice and understandable, and that looks very nice, so that's really cool. Okay, so what we're going to be doing next is adding some text, adding some styles, and just adding some more detail. Okay, so let's delete these, as we have this text in here, and we do actually want that. Okay, so all we needed to do was to go to Arrange and then Back like this, so that it's behind everything else, but we don't actually want to keep this image, so we're just going to delete it anyway, so don't worry about that. Now of course, if you don't like the design that you've made, you can always just click onto a different layout and restart your design process and design something completely different if you want to, but I don't want to, so I'm just going to go to background, pick a nice background, and then we'll move on to the text, styling, and so on. Okay, so let's just pick a nice background here. I think this looks quite cool, but it's money, and it's, I'm supposed to say it's money and it costs $1, so I'm not going to actually pick that one. It's funny actually. It's money in the picture and it costs you $1. So yes, it's ironic. So let's just pick this one or this one. I'd say this one, as it's got a bit of a style to it. It's got some strokes down, as you can see. If I zoom in with this button just here, you can see that there are some lines down it. So it's got a nice style to it, so it's quite nice. So that's awesome. Okay, so now we've got the text. You can always make these boxes bigger or smaller, however you like it to be. Okay, and you can also make this text a different font, a different size, a different color. You can make it not bold, you can make it italic, although this font can't go italic, so just note that. You can align it to the center or to the right or to the left. You can make so it's all caps or all lowercase. There you go, like so. And then you can put the text into a list like so. So that'll put it into a bullet point list. And then you can finally change the spacing like so. So the letter spacing, the line height, and the anchor text box. Okay, so that's fantastic. And that's what it will look like with the letter spacing. You will need to make the box larger for the spacing to actually work. So as you can see, there you go. All right, so that's awesome. So let's just undo that now. Put it back how it was, like so. Fantastic. And center it again. There you go. So that is exactly how it was. So we now know the basics of styling your text and so on and so forth. So we have the text just here, we have the background, and for the simplicity of this video I'm actually going to change the background to this one here, so it's just a lot more plain and easy to see what's in the image. We're now going to go to elements and then close grids and go to shapes. Okay, and then pick up a circle, and there's many different designs you can do with circles, squares, rectangles, triangles, anything, but you can just use your creativity really, because it's different for everyone. Your own creativity is different to everyone else's. Okay, so all you need to do is change this color to the same color as the background. Well, pretty much the same anyway. And as you can see, some of these look better or worse where it's not going over the background, as if you put that straight over the background you can see the colors are different, but if I put it over the white you can't really see the difference. So that's another thing to note, so that's quite cool. So let's just put that like that, or like that, however you want it. Okay, so that looks awesome. You can either make this circle smaller than the other one and just paste it in like that, and that is then centered, and that looks quite cool. I like that. And then hover over them both, click Ctrl D, and that would duplicate this little style we've made just here, and you can then put it down here so it's the same over here, and then you could duplicate that again if you wanted and put it higher up so it's here as well. There you go. So that's quite a nice little style there that we've made. I think that looks very nice. I like it a lot, to be honest. It looks very nice, and it suits the actual thumbnail design as well, so it's awesome. And then let's duplicate this one more time and plop this in up here. Where should we have it? About here. That looks good. And then duplicate it again, put one down here like so. Let's line it up all nicely. There we go, that's all lined up, and there you go. It's just a really nice style, to be honest. It's just something that you can make on your own. You don't need any creativity, you don't need any skill. It's just really, really fun to do as well, because everything is different, everyone's creativity is different. It's all up to your own imagination really. So now we can just get a few different triangles. I'll put one in here like this, and I'll duplicate this one, and I'll make that one smaller. I think we're going to make this quite a bit smaller actually for this one. Make it a bit better there, yeah. And then change this to the colour of the background, like this. There you go. That looks awesome. And then we can duplicate that, put it over here, duplicate that, put it in the middle, duplicate, and make sure it's all lined up. And there you go, fantastic. And I'll take one more and just put it in the middle of these two. It really doesn't matter how many you do, you can just plop them in everywhere, to be honest with you. So there you go, just put another one in there, and there you go. So that's awesome, that's fantastic. So if you look at this, all it actually is, if I just take this and drag it, all it is a tiny little triangle and a huge triangle put together. And then I've just put them up here like that. So it's really, really simple, but it looks really good. I really like it, to be honest. So then we can, of course, change the text. So anything you want. So this one is a thumbnail design. So how to make that box a little bigger first. Let's just put that there. Design and then make this box here smaller, the background of it. And then this word will be thumbnail. There you go. Fantastic. And let's grab this and make it bigger. And same with this text, make it all fit in. Very nice. So how awesome does that look? How to design a thumbnail. Now let's make this smaller, like so. Center it all. Very nice. I really like this. It's really simple, but really good. And these are the different design styles you can do. And you can also do something with squares as well. So let's grab our square just here. And let's just chuck this into the corner over here. Let's just make this square a bit smaller, I think, actually. And then chuck it into the corner. There's a little black line at the bottom. Make sure there's no black lines anywhere. Duplicate it. Once again, make it the same color as the background. And for this, let's not make it smaller. Let's just overlap it like this. So let's just put it like that. Or that. Or anything, really. Let's actually... It's just really up to your creativity. Designing isn't really skill. It's just how creative you are. So the best designers are the most creative people. In my opinion, anyway. Sorry about that. Some random sirens going past my house. Alright, okay. So grab them. And just make it all smaller, like so. Make sure there's no black lines around the outside. There you go, very nice. Grab them, duplicate it, put it here, like so, duplicate it. Same thing again. Line it all up. There you go. So how awesome does that look? Another little design style we've done just here, and it looks fantastic. Oh, we didn't grab the other black square just then. Let's try and grab that back real quick. There we go. grab that as well. Awesome. So there we go, another design we've made. It just looks super cool. So let's make sure that is centered. I think that is, I'm pretty sure it is. So now let's just grab all 3 of them, duplicate, and just plop that up here like so. And there you go. So there is another little style. Oh, it's annoying when you're selecting the wrong thing, of course. So let's make sure we're selecting what we actually want. Just there. Not quite got everything, but we can grab that in a second. There we go. Fantastic. I'm happy with this. I'm very happy with it. So it's just loads of different designs. It doesn't have to have the exact same gap in between every single one of these squares. It can be different. It can be jagged. You can do absolutely anything you want to. Okay? It's really up to your own creativity what you do in this. So yeah, take note of that. The more creative you are, the better designs you will have in this website. Because it's really all up to your imagination. So let's just make that box a bit smaller. Let's grab this, chuck this over here, and then grab this, chuck this over, let's see, put that down here, and then grab that, line it up with the thumbnail one. There we go, that's lined up, and there you go. So the gap between the word design and the word how to isn't perfect there, so let's try and make that a bit better. There we go, grab that, and then I'll grab that and move that up a little bit as well. There we go, I think that's better. It's just really up to whatever you want. It all depends on what you are designing, of course. It all depends on who you are, on what you want to make and everything like that. Yeah, so it all just depends. So as you can see, I've just moved this black circle here, and you can move any one of them that you want just to change the style a bit more. Just change it up, make the lines in different sizes, different shapes. Yeah, so that's that. That is all you need to do to be creative. Just let your mind go free, to be honest. So this is our other design for a thumbnail that we've made. It's very simple, this one, but it looks really awesome. So I really like it, to be honest. So I'm going to duplicate all of these, and I'm going to put this down here like this, and I'm just going to leave it like that. So it's just like jagged edges. So of course we can't see the little black triangles, but we kind of see some more jagged edges at the bottom. So that's just another completely different style with the same thing, but just the other side of it. So yeah, as you can see, it's super awesome to make loads of different designs. So now let's grab another circle. And what I'm going to do is just circle the A. So I'm going to make this the same color as that, and arrange. Oh, it already is forward, so I don't need to do that. And then I'm just going to circle the A, just because I can. I don't have to, but I can, because it's just fun. There you go. So now the A is circled. Fantastic. So that's that. You can do absolutely anything you want to. Now, if you think about it, it kind of looks like an O. So what you could do is put it over the O. So I'll make this a little bit smaller. Just put it over the top of the O. Or even put it inside some of these circles. So if I make this white again, and just enlarge it. You see what I mean? Just random. Just be completely random. Now, this isn't a really professional thumbnail because I've got a few different design styles in one image, so it looks a bit silly right now. But if you just stuck with the same design style and did it over and over again, if you're happy with it, or changed it up every single thumbnail you did for your YouTube channel, or anything really, because it's all up to your own unique design style and your own unique creativity really. So yeah. Hopefully you like what I've designed, and if you want, you can submit your designs in Twitter, Facebook, social media, and I'll just tell you if I like them, and you can ask for help if you need to, and anything really. Yeah, I just want to be there to help you guys, so yeah, it's fantastic. Hopefully you all enjoyed this video. It's a super simple one, but it's also super awesome. So yeah, that's all for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and hopefully you had a great time. Now what we're going to do is just rename this to Creative. There we go. And then you can download it just by clicking download and selecting file you want to download it as, the file type, and then you can just select file 2 as this is the one we've just designed, and then click download, as that's fantastic. Of course we want a JPEG as it's a thumbnail and it will look best. And yeah, so that's that. That is all for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it and hopefully you had a great time. I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching and goodbye.